Most respected Matthew Stirmani, Father John, Director of the institution, Dr. Pradeep, the Principal of this college, other distinguished respectable members on the dais, the management and authorities and faculty members of this college, and of course the most important thing is the students who are going to receive the degree today, and all other students assembled here, the loving parents and other participants. It is a great honor to me to be a part of this most auspicious function of this college, a college which is situated in the most beautiful part of our state with excellent facilities and campus which I could have a glance today morning. And I am thankful to Dr. Pradeep and other management authorities for giving me a chance to be here on this occasion. It's a moment of great pride for the students who are going to receive the degree and the teachers who molded them and the loving parents who made a great role in shaping their life. And I also congratulate all those who are receiving the degree today in this function, and also a special word of appreciation to those meritorious candidates who are honored with awards and medals. I will continue my talk from where Stirmani and Dr. John has stopped. This institution, as you know, is for promoting and educating the coming generation in the field of science and technology. We give a lot of importance for science and technology. As our great Prime Minister years back has told Dr. Jawaharlal Nehru, he is a Prime Minister who has immediately after the independence he has given top priority for scientific and technological advancement in the country. And he very clearly told, science and technology is the only way by which we can remove poverty and hunger from this country. It holds true even now. And Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, the great visionary who is behind the Indian space program, he has also told that we should never be second to none in the field of science and technology for implementing the achievement of technology for the benefit of the common man. Underline, for the benefit of the common man. So you are vested with a great responsibility. Now I will come to the point, the connection between the science, technology, industry, and society. These four factors are interrelated. First of all, you should know, any achievement of the science or technology or engineering will never be useful or considered useful unless it finds an application for the common man's life. That's what ISRO is doing. Indian Space Research Organization, where I was a part of the organization for more than 43 years, 72 to 2015. And what we do with that heritage, I am telling you, what we do with great commitment and devotion is for the benefit of the common man. That's what we are enjoying so much from the satellites, the networking, the navigation, the tele-education, telemedicine, resource management, remote sensing, ocean management, like that, so many. So you engineers, as Stirmani has rightly pointed out, to ask a question. When I have born to this planet Earth, Mother Earth, I am enjoying so many luxuries and comforts with the advancement and output of the science and technology. What new thing I can give? Something new whether I will be able to give. With the education you have gathered and acquired in this institute with the help of your loving teachers, you think over what else I can give, what new thing, let it be any small thing, a small device, a small process, a new material, a new mechanism or a method. Think it over. Now I will come how the thinking process will come. Dr. Kalam, I was so fortunate to be with him more than 20 years to Dr. Kalam. 1972 to somewhere in 84. He was in Tumba. And yesterday, though when I committed to this function, automatically I could also attend on the way to Patanapuram Gandhi Bhavan. Yesterday there was a function to recollect the memories of Dr. Kalam's first anniversary. It was a very good function, people remembered. And Dr. Kalam has got a great attachment to that Gandhi Bhavan, the biggest orphanage in the country. Can you believe? More than 1,300 inmates, from infant to people more than 100 years, are being brought up there in a private organization there in our institution. I spent 2 hours there yesterday on the way for coming here. Now Kalam used to tell, it's known to everybody that dream and dream, not during sleep, dream during daytime when you are awake. Let us think what it means. Dreaming is a thought process. The thought process happens inside the mind. When the thought process comes, there is an interaction between the neurons of the brain. Millions, 100 millions of neurons, just they communicate each other with the vibrations and communications, It creates a peculiar kind of system change in the body. But that thought process will take place only with an environment of background of informations. That information you are gathering from the institution with various subjects. If you are not properly acquiring the informations, the data, to the fullest possible to the brain, to the storage memory, it's a hard disk. In the capacity, the thought process will not be effective. For thought process, you will be trying to pick up the information from the storage place. It should be lavishly available. The information or data you have gathered from the day of date of birth. From the day of birth you are acquiring. The colors, the smell, by touching, the sensing organs like keyboard to the computer. If you consider your body as a computer and your brain as a hard disk, memory pack, the data to the memory pack is fed by, like in keyboard, by the 5 sensing organs through which we gather the data. Whatever you learn here is by the sensing organs, and that information is stored there. It is used for the thought process. By continuous thought process, you develop an idea. Something new he was telling. Develop an idea. And the idea initially will be very vague in the fluid state. Fluid state means it's a gaseous, there is no, fluid is different from the solid because fluid does not have a shape. So quite sometime the thought process will remain in the fluid, vague manner. But later, by continuous effort of the mind, by thinking and thinking with a lot of effort, it will attain a particular shape. Once it attains a shape, it's called a frozen thought. Thought has been frozen. It has attained a shape, solid shape. Now you can put it in the form of a report or a diagram or a graph or a picture. It has come as an idea. That is called creativity. Creativity is nothing other than creating an idea in the mind which can be transferred to a shape, maybe in a report, in a language, or maybe a graph, or a picture, or a drawing, anything way. But that is not the end. That is not the end. What is the use of putting in the paper? In many times the PhD thesis remains only in the paper. It doesn't do anything further. That idea is to be converted to a practically useful device or material or process for the humankind. Then only it becomes an innovation. Then only it becomes an innovation. Now I'll come back to the first four component relation of the first technology. First I told the materials, technology and other things, the engineering institutions, then comes the industry, after the science, technology, industry and society. If you wanted to finally give the benefit to the society, that transformation should take place. Transformation or translation of the idea into a practical, useful system which can be produced or manufactured for the use of the common man. That is our role. That is the role of the engineers. And not only the product should be competitive. Now we have all signed the WTO, World Trade Organization. Any product, if somebody else, China or X and Y, makes in a cheaper thing, you can't sell it here. That's what we are facing in different area. So our product should be competitive price. It should be of excellent quality in performance, and at the same time, it should not disturb the ecology of the nature, the God-given resources. It should consume the least amount of energy, and also it should not disturb the environment or ecology or whatever we maintain as sacred, pure. That should be the condition and the target of the engineers. Now, when you people think about the technology, you should understand it's like a double-edged sword. One side you can make use for useful purposes, the other side you can make use for bad purposes. That is the problem with the technology. The output of the technology can be either used for good thing or bad thing. Just to see the cell phone what you are having. What a wonderful invention the technology has made. Very useful device. But at the same time, what an amount of unethical, dirty things are being played today with that particular invention. I can make any amount of example. Like technology has played a major role in removing corruption and unethical things from the society. How? By transparency, introducing transparency. Transparency everywhere. Now you can transfer money through all net. Nobody uses money for going to an office. In an RTO office or a revenue office, you need not pay money in cash. You can do everything by transfer. And your selection and interview and admission and entrance, the mark list, everything is coming through the net. That's called a transparency. It's an advantage and of the technology. At the same time, the electronics devices, software and computer and automation technology, whatever we use for the benefit of the mankind, is used in an extremely bad way by the terrorists. They are also doing the same thing for killing the people. Why? The symbol, I am a rocket man, and as been explained, more than 43 years I was doing boosters and rockets and launching. We use rockets for the benefit of the mankind by launching satellites for the science education, navigation, communication, earth resourcing, and so many things. But the same rocket can be used as a weapon if instead of the satellite you add a missile there. So simple. That is the two parts of the technology. You should be aware of that. And when you are in the actual profession, now you are going to be in the profession, as Tirumani has told, you are all sitting inside, you are all in the land, in the Tirathil. Now you have to go for sailing. That sailing, I will come back to that. In the sailing, what are the problems you may find? So ethical thing, that is called engineering ethics. There is a subject called engineering ethics. As an engineer, you should take see, doctors when they are graduating outside, they take an oath. I will not do this. Actually, engineers also should be asked to take an oath that my work-related things, whenever I do a work for the benefit of the mankind, it should not disturb the ecology of the system, what the God has given to us. It will consume the least amount of energy for my system. That's why the design everywhere now in the design, greenhouse concept and everything, and the pollution treatment and all other things have been come. And also, I will not use any unethical thing to the system for making money alone, for making profit alone. But that is not the thing what happens today. In the great field, maybe computer engineers are here. It's a field, software and computer engineering, IT field is on. The most unethical thing happens. Otherwise, how the virus will come? Computer people are expected to be one of the high intelligent people, smartest people, thinking capacity. But they are the people, the mind works in a negative manner. Your computer virus is created by the most intelligent people. For what? For selling their antivirus software. Very unethical thing. How human can do like this? Antivirus softwares, once they market and everybody purchases and loaded and everything, a stage will come that software does not have any more use. What they will do? They will introduce a more powerful virus, spread it through different methods, and they themselves will publish, yes, there is an antivirus software has been developed recently, it is available, and that is given. Very, very bad. And your printers, computer printers, excellent printers, you will get it for 3,000 to 4,000 rupees. But your cartridge will charge 1,000 rupees. See, he makes profit and no other cartridge will match there. It's all right. But then you get it and after 3 years, it is found he stopped giving that cartridge or any spare parts. So you have to throw it out. Making an equipment or a system and making non-available these spare parts is an unethical thing. Should not do it. Should not do such kind of thing. If people do certain things with the interest of taking more and more profit, it will not sustain. I guarantee you, it will not sustain forever. Anybody who does things in an unethical way, it will not sustain for a longer things. Profit will come, not. Satyam, Dharmam and Nidhi. These three things are extremely important. There was a great organization in India, the computer, the top people, among the three top people, Satyam. And he has become the most Asatyam. The great idiot who is there in the central jail now. He may be enjoying there also, that's a different thing. What a kind of tragedy for an India like a country. A company which name has been Satyam has done the treachery and has become unethical. But he survived as the top software company in this country for so many years. But one day will come, he will have the revenge. Think of that. And also corruption, what people do with the corruption. We should not be a part of the corruption at any cost in any department you are going to work. How the word has come, corruption. Have you ever thought what is corruption? Corruption, the word has come, corrupted. You people tell a word that my hard disk is corrupted, my computer is corrupted. What it means? Corrupted means spoiled, has become defective, spoiled. In corruption, what is getting spoiled? In corruption, his mental peace is getting spoiled. He doesn't understand it. A person who does the corruption gets spoiled. His peace of mind is getting spoiled. Though he will not understand it, after a few years he will understand. He will lose peace of mind. Once he loses peace of mind, he will lose all chances of living comfortably. Now in the technology of the advancement of the technology, there are plenty of new technologies are coming. in every field. I'll tell you some few examples. The electronics field and the microwave systems and etc. Kalam's one of the great ambition was to launch power satellites. Aditya mission, which we are planning towards the end of 2017 or beginning of 2018, is for the preliminary study of sun. The power satellite concept, what Dr. Kalam was telling everybody, for which about 50 years back in abroad, people have started. Put a constellation of satellites facing sun at an appropriate orbit, and then suck the total solar energy, because we are starving for energy now in the planet. Suck the total solar energy and store it there and transmit it, wireless transfer, from the satellite to a ground station by either by laser or microwave systems. And an equipment like retina, like antenna, there is an equipment like retina, which will be able to completely absorb and suck and collect the total energy and later convert it to electricity. This is the concept. It's one of the most thing. And if it can work, we can, and the permanent energy source, the lavish energy source, what we are seeing in front of us, we can make use of. In the civil engineering field also, now one of the things which has come in the thing is vertical farming. The land is getting diminished, especially for a state like Kerala, the land is dust. We don't have land, free lands. So vertical farming, they are going there in kind of steps and etc. In multi-storied buildings, they make a part of the vertical farming in organizations. Every organization is expected to, cultivate the vegetables required for them. Like that, in the verandas, they make racks and then put it there and farming. Computer, you would have learned about soft computing. What is soft computing? Soft computing is the method to give intelligence to the computer. Once when I was dealing with my people, I told the computer does not have intelligence. The computer people got angry. The boys said, no sir, computer is very intelligent. I told it doesn't have any intelligence. It has got the intelligence what we put inside. Nothing else. You give a data, you give certain conditions to act according to so and so conditions. If a condition happen beyond what you have done, computer will simply keep quiet, nothing, it will not do. One of our PSLV has failed because of that. When the trajectory get a deviation, to this extent, that extent, plus minus deviation we are given to the computer do it. The deviation was slightly more. It didn't sense. It didn't simply kept quiet. It is not there in the given. Soft computing means we have done soft computing to certain extents in the Mangalyaan mission. Mangalyaan mission is a 300 days, more than 300 days program, and it is in such a place where the signal comes 12 to 15 minutes for reaching here and giving it comes of 24 minutes. So you can't have any kind of direct command. So what we have done is, we have done the soft computing techniques where during this particular period of time, whatever may happen to the satellites, the orbiter, all possible scenarios of permutations and combinations, we record it and give to them what to do accordingly. And that is the system what you are doing. Now more and more by soft computing, we are trying to make the computer almost equal to the human brain in the thinking capacity. That is one area of importance like that. Manufacturing area also, the latest technology, you would have heard about 3D printing. It's one of the very great advantages of the very complex combination of difficult things for fabrication and machining, etc. by 3D printing. 3D printing is a simple system. On a paper, we make a 2D printing, XY. Two-dimensional printing, we do it. But you have seen in some good greetings cards or in a marriage invitation cards or something, if you touch the surface, you can see a projection of the letters. Slightly, very slightly, micron level projection will be there. That is an initial method of coming a projection. The ink or a solution or a combination what we give. Now you think in the Z direction also you can deposit the ink or the product. There the inch of the ink, what they make is the material in a proper fluid state. And by adding that metal or material or system, either a polymer or a metal powder metallurgy or something, we can go on build wonderful things. This is in the manufacturing field, it is going to be a very wonderful thing. Like this, many new advantageous systems are all coming. Now you people, today you are getting the degree, what has been told, is only an entry card. License. It's a license for entry to any organization or a job. That's what Father John has told, you are all inside the Tiram and you are going to plow the boat now. Now while doing, how you are going to face the situation? First of all, everybody will think that, I will be able to do R&D, development, research and pure research and innovation and everything. 90% of the time you will be given a job which will not have any connection with any innovation or only routine things. Very routine things. You will be unhappy. Every time I am telling it in advance because, every year 300 to 350 people, we recruit and center director has been more than 10 years. I was a center director in different centers. I always interact with my people, my children, and to understand how happy they are in the profession. How happy they are in the profession. I will come to that at the end of my talk. Why you should be happy in the profession. Because it is my duty to understand. If they are not happy in the profession, it's a very serious setback. Any work, if you are given, will you be able to love the work? Or you hate the work? Think it over. You may feel it's a routine work. For I learned 4 years, so many subjects here. You may not have any connection with what you learned. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And you, after reading all these 4 years, technology, science, mathematics, engineering, you go for MBA and you become a chief of a bank or a businessman. You do it happily. You go for IAS and get the results and you become an IAS officer which will not have any connection with any technology. You do it. So what you have learned and what you are going to do the work, there may not be a connection. There may be connection also, you are lucky and you can be happy. And if you are very much insisting that I will do only a profession which has got direct connection to what I have learned and read, there is only one profession, teaching, nothing else. So you will have a direct connection. So be prepared for accepting any challenging job. Any routine job, you feel that routine jobs are all bad. No, I say routine jobs are not bad. Routine jobs in the water works, in the municipality, in the electricity board, in the telephone, in the hospitals, in the cleaning, panchayat and all other people, many people are doing routine jobs. The world is so nicely maintained and comfortable way. We enjoy all privileges just because the people who are expected to do the routine job meticulously do it with a lot of commitment. If the waterworks fellow and the telephone fellow and the electricity fellow, the train driver and the bus operator, etc., if they are not doing sincerely, will you be able to enjoy the benefits of the day-to-day affairs? So routine job doing is not a bad thing. But then the question comes, then why should I learn? Where is the innovation? Where is the creativity? What else you can still do? Even while you are employed in a very routine type of job of a fabrication or a supervisor of a production unit, anywhere, you think it over with your original, what I taught you, the thought process, the ideas. How the same work can be done in a different way, in an improved way. That is innovation. That is creativity. In a different way by which the process will be superior in quality, product will be better in quality, the total expenditure will be still lesser than what was the original process, and the pollution to the country, the environment will be least, and we will consume only least amount of energy. Such kind of innovative thoughts and ideas can be put through the routine jobs also. Many have done it. Many have done. That is why we are seeing changes in the society and changes in the total life what we are passing. The roads are changed, footpaths are changed, the painting system has changed. Earlier somebody was doing all with the brushing. Now everything has been with the roller. Somebody has invented it. You just dip it and put it in the roller. Everything. Even masonry work and even construction work, casting of the concrete, everything has been changed. So you are now put it into a different field of work, will be given a profession and will be asked to do the work. There are two things. One is doing the works alone. That is doing. But when you are asked to make the other people do the work, it becomes very tough. Doing work alone is with our own capacity and energy is enough. You have 5 people below you, some technicians or whoever it is, and asking them to do is the toughest job. Supervising somebody to do the work and get the work. I will come to that. Now in a job, when you are going there, you enter into a job with all this first class or outstanding marks and everything and degree. There are 4 stages of learning in the development, gradually. First thing when you are going is, your feeling is unconscious incompetency. Don't get upset. I don't know how much I don't know. Pujyam, vatta pujyam. എന്തുമാത്രം എനിക്കറിയില്ലെന്ന് എനിക്ക് തന്നെ അറിയില്ല. അത്ര ignorance. That is the climax of ignorance. You are entering to a job. Don't get upset. I have willpower. I will do. No IQ is required. Only I can. Change the word IQ with I can. I can do. You start learning. This simple example I will tell you. You are learning driving in a car. You just put it, the coach or the trainer has put you in the driver's thing and told, start it. You start it, dim, it stopped it. And your clutch and all these things, you will get confused and you will be cursing your life for coming here and you will be getting scolding from him all. Then you are having the feeling of unconscious incompetency. I don't know how much I don't know. I know. Or how much I don't know. From that you will start learning. In the job when you are going, you spend more and more time, discuss with the people, get consulting and get the advices with the known people, experienced people. You learn and you will come to the second stage. He is called, I know how much I don't know. Earlier you were not knowing how much I don't know. Now I know how much I don't know. That is conscious incompetency. Third, there is a stage, you will again learn and you will slowly, like you can driving through a road where there is no rush and etc. You will start with the elbow, you will driving, that stage. That means you can manage to do the work. That is, I know how much I know. Conscious competency. I know how much I know. Many people stop learning there. You don't stop learning there. Continue the learning. You become master in your field. Master in your field. Like some people are doing the profession. Some drivers, they listen to things, they talk and everything, wonderfully they drive. Why? You look at the Tattagada, the fellow who makes parota and the things, etc. How wonderfully he does things. He has become a master in that. Every field. Yes, typist, some typist, I have seen, they never look at the keyboard. We people look at the keyboard and put it there, but they never look at the keyboard. In my secretary, I was there in Sriharikota, I dictate things and he types. He looks at my face and then he types. This fourth stage, this is attaining a very peculiar state of excellence in your profession is the fourth stage. It is called, I don't know how much I know. Unconscious competency. That particular time, the work is not done by the person. It is coming as a flow from inside, as a spiritual insight. You people should attain that stage in any work you are going. Then at that condition, when you are attaining that spiritual insight, you will attain a state of self-enjoying the profession. Like great artists, the musicians, the dancers, 3 hours, 4 hours on the stage without any rest. They continuously do and they enjoy the profession. You engineers also should attain that kind of stage. Once you attain that kind of stage, you start loving your work and put all your devotion and passion to the work. No more inspiration is required. You attain the topmost position of excellence. That position you should attain only by loving, worshipping your work. Once you start worshipping your work, the workshop will become the temple. And your sweat will have the fragrance of much more than the perfume in the temple. That portion you should attain. And while doing the work, you should say, ishtam, not kashtam. Kashtam എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ് ഒരിക്കലും ജോലി ചെയ്യരുത്. ഇഷ്ടം എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ് ജോലി ചെയ്യണം. You will succeed. 100% you will succeed. Now, I'll come to the last portions. You should continue reading. Continue reading because graduation is a lifelong business. Don't think that your graduation is over and stop. Keep reading, keep learning, keep growing by accepting challenges, anything, with extreme willpower. Willpower means I can, with the feeling of I can. Don't use the word because of. Say in spite of. Because of is for excuses for not doing. In spite of. And then you do wonderful things and miracles. Like the great creator has created the greatest engine. Tirumani has told. The greatest engine is, I didn't have time, otherwise I would have explained. This is the greatest engine ever created in the world by the great engineer above. Great engineer above. And that, whenever you have a doubt, you can let the body, all mechanisms are here. I will just give you some hints. All mechanisms have been hidden here. And you do miracles, wonderful miracles, without disturbing the ecology of the God-given resources in the planet, and make your parents and teachers proud of you. That should be the ultimate goal. And everything, you can look at this body and find out how he made all engineering systems here. What are engineering is there? Have you ever thought? We engineers, rocket people make very precise devices for thermal controls of satellites and mechanisms in the rockets and everything. Temperature control is a big problem for us everywhere. Thermal protections we give it, refrigeration system, cooling system, so many things we give it. But here system is maintained meticulously well. The temperature, Sierra temperature used to be 45 ambient. It goes to 15 also. Here also temperature low go as 15 I was told. But the body temperature is maintained pakka with a decimal accuracy. Am I correct? It's being done. How? Simply you people will tell, in the summer we take a lot of water, we set it, and setting through. Then I ask the questions, where is the setting happen? How the setting happen? Setting happens because the body get evaporated through minute pores in the skin. Plenty of pores are there. ദ്വാരങ്ങളുണ്ട്. ആ ദ്വാരത്തിൽ കൂടെ ഇങ്ങനെ ആവിയായിട്ട് പോകും എന്ന് പറയും. Simple question I used to ask my people. ദ്വാരങ്ങളാണോ? Is it minute pores? Are you sure? അങ്ങനെയാണെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ സ്വിമ്മിംഗ് പൂളിനകത്ത് താഴ്ന്നു കിടന്നു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ബലൂൺ പോലെ ശരീരം വീർത്തു വരണ്ടേ? എന്തുകൊണ്ട് വീർത്തു വരുന്നില്ല? ഡൗട്ടായി. It is not ദ്വാരങ്ങളല്ല, it is not pores, it is check valve. Millions of check valves he has embedded over the total skin. One way opening valve. Water will come from inside to outside only, not from outside to inside. That's called check valve. We people, the rocket people, engine people, find it so difficult even to make one precision valve without a leakage. In spite of all these things in the rocketry, the leak happens. So, that's what Tirumani was telling. You have a doubt, you ask to the miracles what is embedded here. Actuators, we put it, for all operations, for the rocket tilting and etc. actuate. The most complicated and precise actuator is nothing other than the eyelid. And the fastness of closing and opening depends upon how fast your obstruction comes to your eye. These are all sensed by the mind and immediately command is given. Wonderful things has been put. There is a subject called biomimetics. You look at the nature, biosystems and find out, you can learn so many things. So keep it, because time is over, I want to conclude. Keep reading, keep gathering knowledges, make your mind happy, because once your mind is disturbed, your output will come down. Don't allow unpleasant things and worries to stay for a longer time in your mind. Be pleasant. Think of only positive things. Think of only success, not about the failures. Everything will be all right. With that things, keep the mind happy, keep loving others, be a good boy and a good girl. വലിയ മിടുക്കനും മിടുക്കിയെന്നും പറഞ്ഞില്ലെങ്കിലും നല്ല കുട്ടിയെന്ന് ആൾക്കാരെ കൊണ്ട് പറയിപ്പിക്കാം. ഓക്കെ, താങ്ക് യു.